Hello and welcome, friends. Welcome to Lunar Magic, Gemini Full Moon. This episode of Lunar Magic is focusing on the coming full moon in Gemini. We will look at the seasonal traditional name for this moon, the oak moon or cold moon, the reasons behind the name, traditional symbolism and characteristics of this time of year, and how to work with the oak full moon. Then we will look at the zodiac sign this moon is sitting in, which is Gemini, and how this influences the moon's energies, vibrations, and flavor. We will see how this air sign is influencing this coming full moon and how we can use this to embrace these properties and characteristics. Lastly, we will be looking at other celestial influences that are occurring around this full moon and the energies they will be bringing to the mix, including Jupiter's influence, the upcoming Venus retrograde on December 19th, and touching on how Pluto, Saturn, and Uranus are bringing waves of influence and energy into play around this Gemini Oak full moon. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the fun. Also, drop a like, and I'd love to know what you have planned for this coming full moon. A full moon occurs when the transit or moving sun and the moon are in opposition, when they are in exact opposite positions of the zodiac. The last full moon of 2021 falls on December 18th or December 19th, depending on your time zone. It occurs on December 18th at 8:36 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, at 11:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on December 19th at 4:36 a.m. for Greenwich Mean Time. This full moon is occurring at 27 degrees Gemini, which just so happens to be directly across the galactic center. The galactic center is believed to be the heart of our universe and is home to some of the most potent and magical and mysterious energies of our cosmic sky. On December 17th, the day before the official full moon, but within the 3-day full moon period, the sun crosses the galactic center. This galactic center is believed to sit at 27 degrees Sagittarius. On this day, the sun reaches this point of the zodiac wheel, supercharging its energy. This brings some strong solar energy into play for a few days, coinciding with the full moon in Gemini. Whenever we have strong solar energy, we can feel more connected and in tune with our inner self and our goals and passions. This solar energy drives us inward to bring out our true authentic self and where we want to go. Falling in the sign of Sagittarius, it will bring into play properties, attributes, and characteristics associated with energy, confidence, courage, spontaneity, getting things started, adventure, truthful communication, freedom, and this urge to expand and grow. These positive or higher vibrations can be embraced to work on any areas within ourselves that aren't being expressed freely, that aren't in alignment with our authentic self and higher good. This strong Sagittarius solar energy may also bring out negative or lower vibrations or characteristics, such as tactlessness, restlessness, procrastination, recklessness, irresponsibility, shallowness, and rebellious behavior. It may bring these patterns and attributes and weaknesses up to be transmuted and released at the full moon. Remember, when these lower vibrations and outdated patterns, trauma and pain come forward, it's for no other reason than to allow us to release, learn, and grow, ready to step into those higher vibrations. Without these lower vibrations, we wouldn't be able to grow and move into these higher vibrational states. You cannot see the light without the darkness, and you cannot have darkness without the light. So moving into this full moon energy, we stand in a very strong solar energy at its opposition in Sagittarius, and this can greatly support our activities this full moon. It can help us to stand in our power and bring in energy of movement, enthusiasm, and drive. Now, let's get back to our full moon. Traditionally, this full moon is known by many names, all relating to the natural seasonal cycles surrounding its appearance. Known as the oak moon, the cold moon, the elder moon, the long night moon, its name is based around what brings life and symbolism during that time. The trees of oak and elder, the conditions of the time of the year. The cold moon as we enter the winter phase of our seasonal cycle and the days and nights grow colder. The long night moon as we are close to the longest night of the year, at Yule or winter solstice on the 21st of December. The oak moon is the full moon before Yule. It rises during the longest night of the year and shines longer than most moons on account of this extra darkness. It signals the beginning of the winter season to come. The nights are their longest and cold has settled in for the long winter ahead. The world silently rests as the cold winter passes through. The moon rides high in the sky to light the long, cold, still winter nights. This full moon is about finding strength and steadfastness to get through the winter ahead. It is a time to see, for a moment, the long view of our path, a time to slow to a steady pace that will sustain us until spring arrives with its invigorating energy. The seemingly dead and hibernating surroundings conceal the time of rebirth or inner reflection. Allow your energy to brew while you re-energize and recharge. The oak moon is a time of contemplation, of reflection, of renewal, and rebirth. It is an excellent time to look back at the year that has passed and celebrate how you have grown, how you have persevered, and what you have achieved. It is a time to recognize the unseen in yourself, the things that we often miss within ourselves. As with all full moons, it is a time of celebration, culmination, and release. As the last full moon of the year, it is a good time to release this past year and release anything that is restricting, limiting, and outdated. To release anything that no longer serves you, ready to step into new beginnings and the year ahead. A great time for creating goals for the year to come, for wrapping up projects ready for the new, to refocus on your goals and bring your actions back into alignment. As a time of renewal and rebirth, it is a perfect time to plan out your next steps of personal transformation. Plant seeds ready for when spring comes. A great time of inner work as we retreat indoors from the cold and dark. It is also a time of protection, as the veils between our world and others is thinnest at the darkest, most barren times. Much of pagan symbolism around this time of year was used as a form of protective magic, of sustaining life until the earth awakens again. Bringing in trees and greenery were to protect the tree spirits until the seasons changed. Ornaments were originally to sustain and please the tree spirits, orange, cranberry, gingerbread, but also used for their medicinal, metaphysical properties and symbolism. Oranges decorated with cloves for protection and happiness, cinnamon for protection and activation of stagnant energies, ginger for health and prosperity, holly for protection and everlasting life, ivy for immortality and resurrection, mistletoe for healing, protection, and love, pine for life and rebirth, poinsettias and narcissus for life, color, and warmth. all plants of the season, all having symbolism of protection, passion, and warmth, bringing these characteristics and attributes into the home during this darker season. Many of the symbolism we see today as commercialized Christmas has pagan roots that stem from their uses during this winter season. Look out for a seasonal video on Yule coming this weekend. Now, let's look at Gemini, the zodiac sign this full moon is sitting in. This full moon carries some sweet energy and may feel like a gentle relief after the strong eclipse energies we have just experienced. As this December full moon is following the Sagittarius solar eclipse, we may find that more illumination arises. Whatever was stirred up for us at the eclipse may now step into full view, allowing us to see things clearly. Gemini is represented by the twins, one twin mortal, the other immortal, signifying the balance between our human physical side and our spiritual side. We are both a body and a soul. We have a human life and a spirit life. We have both human and being. And it is looking at things from both of these viewpoints that may help us to find the answers we seek. We may feel a push-pull or even a harmony between dynamics. Gemini is ruled by Mercury and is the sign of communication, intellect, thinking, and processing. Gemini is an air sign and helps bring these thoughts, feelings, and words into forms that we can communicate not only with ourselves, but with others and the universe. A communication that is honest, clear, adaptable, and from our current authentic self. But it can also bring forth communication forms that aren't balanced or in alignment, such as gossiping, sarcastic, hurtful words, a lack of empathy, an air of immaturity and fickleness, and superficial fake communication. Both these forms of vibrational energy are vital to communicating honestly. We must grow, learn, and step out of lower vibrational forms of communication and learn, grow, and support higher vibrational forms of communication, for we are human. Both forms hold value on this path. The form you choose to exhibit will depend on your growth, your level of awareness, your choices, and your path. Communication from an honest, authentic place can come at all vibrational levels. So there is less emphasis on what kind of vibrational energy it is, and more emphasis on how you choose to use it. Gemini is a mutable sign, so it loves change. It loves to ebb and flow and adapts well to adjusting circumstances with ease. It carries an air of being able to shift gears at any time, of stimulating ourselves with new adventures and other ways to avoid the restlessness and easily bored side of this mutable sign. The Gemini full moon merges the mind with emotions, so we can get things off our chest, say what needs to be said, communicate more authentically. Sometimes this means we get into bouts or arguments with others and maybe even ourselves, but it is usually something that has to come out. Being honest can often be hurtful, but we can use this merging of mind and emotion to soften our words with empathy and compassion, to speak from a place of honesty without lashing out or placing blame. We can sort through our ideas and plans, focusing more on the ideas that we're emotionally invested in and really care about, and finalizing our plans for the ideas that we have chosen to focus on. The actions we take in the short term can see some results now. So it is important to adapt and communicate where your next steps are going to be this coming winter season. Gemini is a master communicator in all forms, be it spoken, written, or a deep inner knowing. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings, and be on the lookout for signs and synchronicities from your guides, your higher self, and the universe. You may want to keep busy as much as you can if you are feeling emotional or insecure, and keeping busy can be good if our minds are overactive, but we also need to mind anxiousness and irritability. If we're impatient, we need to focus on why. If our minds are overactive, we need to give it a positive focus. Allowing ourselves time to rest and rejuvenate is especially important as we step into one of the busiest times of year for many. Listen to your inner needs and look at where your restlessness stems from. This Gemini full moon arrives to spotlight our inner intellect and offer us a moment to pursue our curiosity. It brings bright, light-hearted energy and the ability to adapt easily to changes that we see on our path. As we inch closer to the end of the year, this full moon encourages us to pause and reflect. Celebrate how far we have come. Have some fun and channel Gemini's youthful energy. It is also a time to be flexible. Try to look at stagnant situations from a new perspective. To reach creative resolution. How can you adapt and change to bring better alignment on your current path? Full moons are the best time to reevaluate your path and let go of anything that no longer is serving you. This full moon in Gemini, expect to let go of all those pesky details and focus on the bigger picture. Focus on how you are communicating with yourself, with others, and the universe. The ability to communicate well thrives during this time period, so it's a good time to make adjustments on how we communicate or learn ways to communicate better. Be aware of the emotional moon's energy overdriving your logic. When emotions arise, see their value, but don't be stuck within them. Clear, strong communication rather than sporadic emotional communication. This full moon in Gemini encourages us to focus on our bigger picture goals for the upcoming year. Embrace Gemini's bursting energy of movement and focus to bring success to your goals. Where can you put your energy to bring success in the year to come? The end of the year is a great time to remember your end goals and inspire yourself to remember why you're doing this. The sun is in the fiery sign of Sagittarius, coupled with the air sign of Gemini, making for a strong goal-chasing pairing. Gemini leads with logic, and the energy of this full moon will help lead us from point A to point B. The passionate and purposeful driven sun in Sagittarius will help you add that fire that tends to be missing. After all, what are goals if there's no meaning behind chasing them? And with the supercharged sun at the galactic center opposite the moon in Gemini, sets a great balance to end this year by actively taking steps to communicate and step back into our true authentic self. See the growth you have made and the bigger picture, and step into the end of this year ready to bloom as the new year begins. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, is very active under this full moon. Jupiter magnifies whatever it touches, but it also holds the gift of allowing us to see the silver lining. As our perspectives expand, we are able to open to more opportunities, more solutions, and better ways of looking at things. Jupiter is a planet of good luck, optimism, success, and generosity. Jupiter brings joy to life. It is expansive, abundant, and attracts things into being. Jupiter's kingdom is luck, health and happiness, wealth and worldly goods, power and higher position. It rules our knowledge, higher learning, breadth of vision, and honesty. Its influence bestows a willingness to partake in life, to gather new experiences. So Jupiter's energies and influences are going to blend well with the solar energy of Sagittarius and the lunar energy of Gemini, bringing an energy of joyful action, clear perspectives, and adventure, perfect for planning our next adventures, attracting our needs for the new year, and putting us in better standing for the year ahead. Whatever has magnified since the eclipse, the expansive lens of Jupiter promises to bring sweetness and perhaps a new and more positive mindset and framework to work within. Use this beautiful full moon energy to stretch the dimensions of your mind and to see things from a broader and brighter perspective. Use this energy to set new intentions, to attract and manifest your goals and dreams. Working with the planet Jupiter at this time will highly enhance and attract like energies. Know that this full moon shines a light on the solutions you are looking for. You just need to keep an open mind and trust what comes into view. Use the flexible energies around you to adapt, grow, and change. Whilst the Gemini full moon carries some strong galactic energies and some sweetness from Jupiter, there are other events brewing in the cosmic skies that could also influence the energies we are experiencing at this time. Shortly after the full moon peaks on the 19th of December, Venus, the planet of love, relationships, and money, stations in retrograde. This day is seen as one of Venus's powerful points in her cycle. If you follow me on Facebook, look out for a post on Venus retrograde, and I will link my Facebook page in the description below. Venus is the planet of love and pleasure. It rules over your capacity to express affection and to enjoy beauty. This planet also rules over art, beauty, affection, adornment and decorations, social graces, harmony, friendship, and money. The planet governs the higher emotions, and its greatest gift is happiness. Venus makes life beautiful in all her forms. She influences the way we love and share love, and the things we are drawn to and how we spend money. Venus retrograde may stir matters relating to the heart and the relationships in our lives. Those relationships are not just with others and ourselves, but also our relationship with money and the things that we value. As Venus is stationing retrograde close to Pluto, the planet of power, we may find a new sense of power budding within our heart centers. We may even feel more empowered to make heart-led decisions. Pluto is the planet of awesome power. It signifies death and rebirth. The planet of regeneration, the planet of regenerative forces, of destruction and annihilation, and then complete transformation. Pluto wipes the slate clean. It has a mass influence on humanity and has many disruptive elements. It governs beginnings and ends of the phases of life. You may find that this Venus-Pluto dynamic highlights where we are standing in our power, where we are not standing in our power, and where we need to find more balance in our relationships with ourselves and others. This energy may also expose power struggles in our relationships and where we need to release or regain control. Along with the energies of Venus and Pluto, we also have Saturn and Uranus getting ready to form a third and final square of the year. A square is when the planets are in signs that share the same quality. Saturn is a planet of responsibility, of hard work, rules, and discipline. It is the bringing to an end of that which has begun. It is the planet of delegation, self-control, and limitation. Its domain is patience, stability, maturity, and realism. Its influence is stern and restrictive, cold and severe. It teaches us lessons. Uranus is the planet of change and originality, symbolizing the element of surprise in your life. It brings about sudden events and opportunities. It awakens and shocks and revolutionizes. It is responsible for the flashes of human genius that create something new. The planet of the future, associated with modern science, invention, electricity, humanitarian movements, and revolution. It is a planet of sudden upheaval and swift, unexpected happenings. Its domain is all that is new, original, different, and unorthodox. It relates to our inner will and our secret power. While Saturn and Uranus have been doing this dance all year long, under this full moon, we may be able to feel the cumulative effects of this energy. This may manifest as feeling a push-pull between freedom and boundaries, but also restlessness, and when it comes to how to approach a subject, how to approach doing something. Saturn wants us to follow rules and fall in line, whereas Uranus wants us to think outside the box and do things differently. Saturn represents the past, whereas Uranus represents the future. In order to balance these energies in our lives, we need to acknowledge the lessons and wisdom of our past, but now look forward to the future and to the new possibilities that may lay ahead. We may also have to take a leap of faith, take a new and innovative approach to some of the old and outdated actions we have been taking. Under this full moon, how can you do away with past habits, thoughts, and attitudes that block you from freely feeling free and expressing your truest, most authentic self? So while this December full moon is sweet and offers to illuminate things for us to see in a new and brighter perspective, there are other cosmic activities occurring in our skies that may bring some heightened energy. How you choose to work with this full moon energy and the other cosmic energy influencing us at this time is up to you. But know that how you embrace these energies, their influences, but know that how you embrace these energies, their influencers are there to guide you and to help you learn, grow, and step into new possibilities and new opportunities. I hope you find time to reflect this full moon and take your next best steps into the future, for time and energies are what we make of them. I hope you have enjoyed this edition of Lunar Magic, that it has helped you to understand and work with these celestial energies and the influence of this full oak moon in Gemini. Until next time, may your day be magical. May you find kindness for yourself and others, and may you work your magic for your highest good. Goodbye, my friends, and I will see you again soon.